drop a quick video on one of my favorite indicators, momentum indicators, and that is what we call the Relative Strength Index, the RSI. You hear that quite often. Today I want to show you how to actually set it up and actually how to read it. So if you are on your Webull desktop, all we're going to do is click on Edit Indicators, and today I'm going to be using Fubo as an example. All right, and this little screen should pop up here, and what you want to do is to go ahead and tap RSI. Just go and check the check mark it, and it gives you a preset value of 614 and 24. You can leave that just fine, and etc. All right, so here we go. Now you have the RSI, which usually sits at the bottom of your chart. Now notice how clean my chart is. There's no other EMA 9 lines at all. In general, I do use EMA VWAP as well, but for the sake of today, I'm just going to show you how to use RSI. Now, one of the things that you have to understand about RSI is that there are two values that you should look out for, okay, in terms of the strength of the price action or the momentum. Number one is that any RSI that is under 30 range, which is right down here in this level, is considered oversold territory. Oversold territory simply means that it potentially that there is a momentum shift, or a particular stock may be already oversold. You generally see that quite happen very often with biotech companies that are doing public offerings, or even reverse splits, etc. So you get these very serious RSI under 30. Okay, now I do want to warn you that anything under 30 does not mean that it's going into reversal. Generally speaking, you're going to have to wait until there's a particular catalyst that disrupts that RSI and it actually goes back up above 30. Now, another value that you should know about RSI is the value 70. When you have an RSI over 70, it generally means that it has strong momentum and it's getting into the oversold territory, or I'm sorry, overbought territory. We see that happen very often with very strong bullish stocks. If we take a look at Fubo, for example, Fubo has been on a tremendous upswing since mid-September, October. And it's, literally tripled in price ever since. But if we look at the RSI, it's only at the highest point of the RSI just recently was at 80, and it did have to reset a little bit. But we're seeing here there's another bullish trend happening just by looking at these lines over 70. Now, please understand that RSI over 70 does not mean it will reverse. What it just simply means that the momentum is very, very strong with this particular stock or the underlying asset, and it can continue to run up the price as long as there are strong public interest, strong volume, no offerings, no bad news, etc. Generally, the momentum can continue. I've seen RSI at 80. I've seen RSI at 90. Things don't actually just reverse for no particular reason. There has to be some type of catalyst for the momentum to reverse. Now, one of the ways that you can obviously look at RSI is what we call a bullish divergence. All right, a bullish divergence happens when you have a falling price that's building lower lows, but at the same time, the RSI actually remains stable or is headed in the up direction, okay? That generally is very hard to detect. It doesn't happen very often, but we can see obviously a bullish divergence here where the RSI is building a higher low throughout this time period, all right? So with RSI, I always like to look for oversold stocks for potential, dead cat bounce plays, or I like to look at RSI above 70 to continue the momentum and getting in on trades at momentum. All right. So with that being said, I appreciate you guys tuning in. I'm going to be doing more videos next week, but now at least you know more about RSI. Thanks.